All right, let's dive into a story that's unfolding right now. And believe me, it's completely reshaping the world of artificial intelligence as we know it. For the last couple of years, it's kind of felt that way, right? When we talk about cutting edge AI, it's always the same few names from Silicon Valley that dominate the conversation. But what if that's only half the picture? Because way beyond the usual headlines, a totally new set of titans is rising.
There's a new wave of unbelievably powerful open source AI models coming out of China. And we're not talking about simple copies here. These are true pioneers, each with their own unique strengths, and they're poised to change absolutely everything.
So we're going to meet four of these new champions, and each one has a totally distinct identity. You've got DeepSeek, the technical bedrock. Then there's Qwen, the ecosystem king. We have Minimax, the long text descriptor, and Kimi, the agent benchmark. They're all built on fundamentally different ideas and technologies, so let's get into it.
All right, let's take a look at each one individually, because you really should think of them less like just another AI model and more like distinct characters, each with their own incredible superpower. First up, we have DeepSeek, and its entire philosophy, its whole reason for being, is built around one single question. How do you get the absolute maximum performance for the lowest possible cost? This model isn't trying to do everything. No, it's all about doing the really hard things, like complex reasoning, with just brutal efficiency. The source material just nails it with this quote. DeepSeek is focused, it's powerful, and it avoids all the unnecessary fluff. It's all about that deep, inner power. So, what does that efficiency actually look like in the real world? Well, let's talk numbers for a second. To train a top-tier reasoning model, something that can compete with the best of the best, you typically expect to spend something like this, $60 million. That's a huge barrier for almost everyone.
But DeepSeek? They trained their revolutionary R1 model, a model that beats many international benchmarks in reasoning, for just over $500,000. That's not just a small reduction. That is a 99% drop in cost. This single number completely changes the economics of who can even dream of building powerful AI.
Okay, so next we have Qwen from Alibaba. And if DeepSeek is the laser-focused specialist, Qwen is the ultimate all-rounder, the king of the ecosystem. It's designed from the ground up to be this versatile powerhouse that can handle pretty much any task you throw at it across any medium, from massive cloud servers all the way down to the phone in your pocket. And one of its coolest tricks is something they call dual mode inference. See, for a really complex coding or math problem, you can put it in thinking mode, where it actually shows its work step by step. But if you just want a quick conversational answer, you switch it to fast mode for an instant response. So it's both a deep thinker and a fast talker. And its reach is just, well, it's staggering. It can analyze videos that are over an hour long. It can act as a visual agent that literally controls your computer's screen for you. And it's already integrated into massive platforms like DingTalk and Tababai. This isn't just a tool. This thing is designed to live everywhere. Okay, our third pioneer solves one of the most frustrating problems in AI today. It's terrible short-term memory. Most models can only remember a few dozen pages of text at a time. Well, Minimax is here to change that completely. Just look at this leap. Standard models, they top out around 128,000 tokens of context. Minimax M1, it delivers a 1 million token context window. That's not just an improvement, it's a total revolution. It means it can read and analyze an entire novel or a massive legal file or a company's huge annual report all in one go without forgetting what was at the beginning by the time it gets to the end.
So how in the world does it do this? Well, the secret sauce is a breakthrough called lightning attention. Essentially, it's a brand new algorithm that fundamentally changes how the AI processes information, making the analysis of 1 million words almost as efficient as analyzing a single sentence. It's a huge leap forward.
And last but definitely not least, we've got our final champion, Kimi. Now, Kimi is designed to be way more than just a chatbot. It's what's called a native AI agent. The best way to think about it is like the ultimate intern. You don't just ask it questions, you give it complex tasks to complete, and it actually figures out how to get them done.
So how does that work? Well, when you give Kimi a task like plan my trip to a concert, it doesn't just brainstorm some ideas. No, first it decomposes the task, breaks it down into smaller pieces. Then it plans the logical steps. Then it actually uses tools like search engines and booking APIs. And then, and this is the crucial part, it validates its own results to make sure the job is done right. This is an AI that doesn't just talk, it acts.
Okay, so we've got the efficiency master, the all-rounder, the marathon reader, and the ultimate intern. The big question now is, which one should you actually use and for what? Let's make this super practical. Think of it like a quick decision tree. If you need to solve complex math or coding problems, but you're on a tight budget, that is a job for DeepSeek R1. Have to analyze a 1,000-page legal document? You need Minimax M1's massive context window, no question. Want an AI to automate tasks by literally controlling your screen? Qianwen's visual agent is the tool for you. And if you're building an agent to manage an entire project, well, you turn to Kimi K2.
But you know, the rise of these four pioneers, it's about so much more than just cool new features. This signals a really fundamental shift in the entire global AI landscape. We're talking about a whole new era. I mean, just look at the sheer speed of this progress. It's honestly kind of mind-blowing. What started as just early experiments back in 2023 led to this absolute explosion of world-class releases by 2025. The pace of innovation isn't just fast, it's actually getting faster. And this has huge global consequences. It completely breaks the technological monopoly that's been held by just a few companies. It radically lowers the cost of entry for everyone else. It democratizes access for developers all over the world. And it creates a far more diverse and competitive AI ecosystem, which honestly is a win for all of us. You know, this chart from the source material really tells the whole story in a single image. As of late 2025, the global arena for top-tier, cutting-edge AI models, it's not dominated by one region anymore. It's essentially a 50-50 split between US and Chinese models. So what's the big takeaway here? It's that the narrative of who is building the future of AI has fundamentally changed. The story is no longer being written in just one language or from just one corner of the world. And that leaves us with one last really big question to think about. As these new champions continue to rise and push the boundaries of what's possible, the most important question isn't just about which company or which country is going to win. It's about how our world is going to be transformed when this level of intelligence, something once impossibly expensive and exclusive, is finally accessible to everyone.